Hello guys, welcome to my channel, Style Conversations with Jabu Sopete. So last week I posted about my new YouTube channel, and I've received a really amazing, overwhelming amount of love and support from you guys, so thank you so much. And so today we are doing a get to know me Q&A. I've asked you guys to send me some questions on Instagram and Facebook, ask me anything you would like to know about me. So today we'll be going through those questions quickly. I'll be attempting to answer all of your questions. I've obviously met and connected with a lot of people around the world, in person and over the internet, online. So, but I would just like for you guys to get to know me a little bit more, especially about my fashion background or fashion journey. Alrighty, let's get to it. Question number 1. So it says, what inspired the fashion journey and who was your role model fashion-wise when you were growing? So when I was growing up, like really young, I didn't really understand like my fashion identity, if I would say, and only when maybe I was in high school, and then like after school I'll just get back home and quickly like dress up just to go to the spaza shop, or just to go to to a town like 10 minutes away from my house. So, and my friends will always be like, dude, like you dressing up to just go to the spaza shop. I'm just like, anyway. So then it grew, and then when I got to university, then I started putting more effort. I started being more aware of what colors work well with my skin tone. I'm reading more magazines, and I started reading blogs and things like that. And then I think that's where I kind of refined my style, fashion personality, or whatever. So, and then when I completed university, I discovered this lady. She's actually Kenyan. She works in the fashion business space. So she's always been like, her name is Diana Opoti. Sorry, she's Kenyan-based fashion PR and consultant. So she does a lot of promoting African fashion, creatives, and things like that. She was actually named one of the most influential people in Africa by WAF, Business of Fashion. So I really look up to that lady. I think now and then every other person in the fashion space have kind of influenced me indirectly, from afar, into how I view fashion, into how I understand. I've gotten to understand fashion. Okay, next question. So this one says, why is fashion so important to you? For me, fashion goes way more beyond just you going into the store, picking up an item and not leaving. So I like to educate people about fashion, what happens behind the scenes, how buyers choose the certain clothes to put in your shelves, on the shelves for each specific season. So I like to educate people more about those kind of things, so that they can make like better shopping choices. I always do feel like even in your general life, if you have a little bit more information about something, you're able to make a better choice. So for me, that's why fashion is important, and that's why it's important to me. Okay, question number 3. When did you discover your passion for fashion? I always loved clothes, but in the past couple of years, I've developed a more an interest in knowing more about who influences what within the fashion space, who influences fashion designers, who influences how we shop, who are people who make the big decisions behind the big retail stores, so I started taking more interest in that. So 2015, I was just going through a really bad depression, and then I needed something to escape to. So I applied for an internship at Elle magazine, and so I got in as an online writer. So, and then that's when I started learning more and more and knowing a bit more about fashion. And that's when I was able to say, oh, within this big spectrum of fashion, this is my niche and this is what I want to develop and do more. You know what I mean? So that's when I discovered my passion for fashion. Question number 4. When, at what ages did you start shopping or choosing your own clothes? Well, I didn't have much freedom when I was growing up, so my mom would pretty much choose all the clothes for me until like primary school and high school, and then university, and then now. But pretty much when I was young, no, I couldn't choose by myself. Someone older always had to choose for me. Yeah. Okay, so those are the only questions that I got from you guys, but I've also thought I would just add 2 or 3 more things that I think are interesting about me. This is how I broke into the fashion industry. So as I've told you, in 2015 I wanted something to escape to, and so I took up an internship with Elle magazine, and during that time I actually learned a lot about fashion and a lot about myself and a lot about where I want to kind of fit myself within the fashion space. And then from then on I joined Forbes Africa as a fashion business writer. That was also a great experience. So essentially what I like to bring is the creative and the business side of fashion. I like to combine them both, and then just to educate people and share a lot about what I like. In 2017, so I started in Cape Town and then worked a little bit in Cape Town for about 3.5 years. 3 to 4 years I worked in Cape Town after graduating, and then I moved to Johannesburg for like a 1.5 years, and then I just felt like everything was just so stagnant, even though I had a really like incredible experience working in Johannesburg at Forbes Africa, and I connected with a lot of people actually, but I was just like, man, I just need something more. Like, there's gotta be more to this life. So I decided to move to China to come and teach here, and that had just proved to be one of the best decisions I've ever done in my life. And it just presented more opportunities and more growth personally and professionally as well. So yeah, man, I'm really glad. That's about it for today. So please be on the lookout for, thank you for sending your questions, and please be on the lookout for my next video, which will be about building your capsule wardrobe, starting from the basics and then building it upwards. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Don't forget to subscribe and comment, like, and share your opinions on what you think about this channel. Bye, see you next time. Bye bye.